Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Here we are again. I keep saying to myself, I'm not going to make another video. I'm not going to make a video this week because I don't have anything to talk about. You know what? I'm out here again. It's a Monday night. I have just kegged and poured myself this is the New England IPA, the Rye New England IPA. That's been in the fermenting fridge for the last couple of weeks. It looks okay. Maybe it looks a bit darker for you, but it looks not too bad. I'll see what it's like in daytime and maybe it might look different, but it's not bad considering this is the first time I've ever brewed one. I'm reasonably happy with that. Obviously it's got a big foamy head, I've just force carved it. I'm trying not to oxidize my beers now when I'm transferring them. So normally I would put connect like a tube to the tap and then feed it directly into the keg through the lid. But I'm trying not to do that this time, just to see what kind of difference it makes. So I was going in through the beer outline, and yeah, it took forever. It must have been 20 odd minutes at least to fill 18 litres, whatever is in that. So that was not good. Yeah, we need to see what way to perfect that because I ain't waiting 20 minutes. So by the time that was over, I was like desperate for a drink because I'd sitting smelling it. So anyway, you shouldn't really do a review based on, you know, the first pour of a beer, but it smells great. It smells very good. It smells very fruity. There is Citra, Amarillo and Mosaic in there. You know what that's going to smell like. With that Vermont ale yeast, that was a really nice little combination. It's a nice combination anyway, you can't really go wrong. I know it's not very sexy like those three hops, because you know they're a bit overused at times, but fuck, that does smell good though. As far as the taste goes, so sorry, it finished out at 10:10, so it was the original aim was 1009, but it finished at 10:10, so that means it's only 4.7%. Which is probably good. I mean, I got low efficiency when I was brewing it. Not entirely sure why. Never really bothered to find out why either. So, but for a 4.7% beer, that is very nice. It's a nice little mouthfeel on that as well. You can really taste the rye in there as well. There's like, I can't remember, I think it was like 10% rye. It does give it that spicy taste, but it also definitely, it helps the body. Rye definitely helps body. But yeah, you get that real kind of spicy taste along with the kind of fruit, the fruitiness of just kind of this style. So it's a nice little twist on you know, your bog standard New England IPA. So it's very nice. I'm very much enjoy drinking that. Probably every night this week. I tend not to drink during the week these days, but yeah, I might make an exception this week. So yeah, can you see the grass as well? I'm drinking it. Look, craft beer calling. It says on that, and there's a little. It's not a unicorn. It's an alicorn, as I learnt the other week from my daughter. An alicorn is a unicorn with wings, so now you learned something. So yeah, there you are. That is the glass from Craft Beer Calling. Simpson's Malt, that says on that. It's hard to see. But yeah, I was there at the weekend. This is in Newcastle on Tyne. Newcastle. Yes, we went to the beer festival. I'd never been to Newcastle before. I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting it to be a bit of a tip, if I'm being honest, but it wasn't at all. I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, we've all been, you've all seen, you know, what Newcastle's famous for. The landmarks, you know, you've got like the Angel in the North, obviously it's just outside Newcastle and all. You've got like, you know, St James's Park, the big bridge over the River Tyne, and you know, many landmarks that Newcastle is very famous for. But there's one that I didn't know anything about it, which was the Wylam Brewery, which is like the most amazing brewery, really. It's like sitting in a park, very picturesque. It's like this most amazing building. The first time I seen it, I thought it looked like an observatory, because it has this like big dome in the top, and then outside looks like some kind of 1930s architecture or something like that. I don't know. You know, like I don't want to say it looks like Nazi, but you know, it's got the big pillars and it's all very square and just, you know, it looks really good. And then inside the place was just fantastic. Like, I mean, that place is a brewery, but it's also like, it hosts wedding and all, as I've now discovered. You know, you can have like your wedding and reception there as well. It's a fantastic place. So yeah, I'm now smitten with Wine and Brewery. I've still managed to not try the Jackhead IPA. So yeah, I don't really know how that happened, because that was the one beer I really wanted to try. But yeah, so yeah, basically we got to try a few. Now there was a few of us there. It was me, Rusty Homebrew. We'll not out him by giving him his real name. It's Homebrew Chris. There was Rob. I'm trying to think of your channel name, Rob. Hopshed Brewery. We have Chris Davies. That's I don't know, he does. I think Chris does have a YouTube channel, but he's on the Facebook page more. And we met John, of course, formerly known, the artist formerly known as Ulysses 99, Ulysses or something like that. And then of course we had a couple other normal people there to keep us right. Fucking didn't do a good job. So yeah, we went to the Saturday day session, and basically I didn't have a ticket for it. Well, I did have a ticket because Homebrew Chris had my ticket, but yeah, I didn't actually go in with him because he was somewhere else. So basically I went in with Robbie, and then Robbie just kind of blanked it and says, oh yeah, we're on the guest list. And we just fucking walked in, straight in. It was like, yeah, okay, we'll just do this, we're paying, we're fine. So yeah, and we got in and met up with everyone else, and just, we had a bit of a ball. I have to say, it was some bloody good beer there, some not so good beer, a lot of sour beers I noticed. I mean, like a lot of sour beers, more than there was in London. It was almost like every stall had a sour beer on it, which is nice. I do like them, especially the fruity ones. It has a nice little tang. But you know, some of them were like, just like, you could feel your ears tingling. It was that intense. But yeah, the brewery itself was fantastic. I mean, it's basically not just in. They had like a main function room where like they had a DJ and all going. And then they had stalls all the way around the outside. But you know, you get into where the fermenting tanks and all were, and like they had stalls up beside those, and then out the back, and they had like all the food stalls and stuff. It was small, but it was fantastic. So you know, we had a pretty good day. Now before I went, or before I even got in, I had made like a conscious decision, because you know, I was absolutely shit faced at London, and I was determined that wasn't going to happen again. So I made a conscious decision to, after the festival, to go and get checked into the hotel, because I didn't want to go to the hotel not being able to communicate at like 10 o'clock at night or something like that, and just like being sick all over the reception. I wanted to make sure I was checked in and all first, which then also gave me a little bit of a break from, you know, the drink, and I got a little bit of a walk and stuff. So that's what I did. And then when I got back into town, about, you know, an hour and a half, something later on, everyone else was shit faced. Everyone else was like totally shit faced. So yeah, I think I dodged a bullet on that. But yeah, they must have been pounding the beers, because I don't think anyone stayed out that late it ended up with just me and Robbie and Russell, and yeah, we went to a couple of different bars, but yeah, it was time to go home. It was pretty clear that everyone was fucked, and it was time to go home. And yeah, I managed to steal a pint glass too out of Tilly's bar. If anyone knows where Tilly's bar is in Newcastle city centre, it was like this Goose Island one. Now I didn't want to steal the glass. I wanted to steal what was in the glass, because it was some Cloudwater pint they were selling in there. And yeah, so basically I've now ended up with this glass and another pint glass home with me. So but yeah, it was a good night. It was a very good night. Some crazy beers there. Like, there was 121.3% beer. It was like, you know, the kind of freeze, I can't remember what the name is, but insane. You know that one that gets you really drunk? You freeze it and then you pour out the water. Yeah, they had shit like that on, and I was like drinking tar, honestly. Not hot tar, like cold tar. I think Robbie had one and Chris had one. And yeah, more, you know, you two have my eternal respect for actually drinking that stuff. The most I went for was like a 9% Imperial Stout. And that was pretty strong stuff, and that was like, you know, I had to actually ask the people at one of the stalls to rinse out my glass with their beer, which they actually did. And then they threw it down the drain. They didn't have any water. I just had to ask them for that. So yeah, it was a good time anyway. On Newcastle, as I say, I really like Newcastle. It's a nice place. It is a nice place. The metro system, see the metro system in Newcastle, it's fucking fantastic. Not entirely sure why they've got a metro system, but it's fantastic anyway. Even if you have to wait like 10 minutes for a train to come along. Okay, I'm away. Starting to rumble. Cheers.
We're gonna ring-a-rang-a-dong for a holiday. Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say. We're gonna ring-a-rang-a-dong for a holiday. Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say. We're gonna ring-a-rang-a-dong for a holiday. Mike and Jing and Swan, we're here to stay. We're gonna ring-a-rang-a-dong for a holiday.